Every generation has its next Messi or Ronaldo. Every single time, they're wrong.
And then Ronaldo!
Looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Now Ronaldo. Long way out. What a goal!
I have to say. Well, there's three of them right. He's still going. Look at this, Kevin. It's a brilliant run from Messi. Did he go all the way?
Mbappe, Haaland, Yamal. The three most exciting players on the planet right now. And not one of them is on pace. Not even close. By the time I'm done showing you the actual numbers, you're going to understand why this problem is permanent. What Messi and Ronaldo did to football wasn't greatness. It was a contamination. They infected how we see everything that came before them and everything that comes after. And nobody is cleaning that up anytime soon. Let's get into it. To understand just how broken the scale is now, you need to remember what normal looked like. Before Messi and Ronaldo, football had perfectly sensible definitions of elite. Hugo Sanchez's 38 league goals in a season was considered the ceiling for a striker in La Liga. Winning the Ballon d'Or once made you a generational talent. Reaching 3 Champions League finals across your entire career put you in the greatest ever conversation. These were the standards. Celebrated, earned, respected. Then Ronaldo scored over 50 or more goals in 7 consecutive calendar years. Then Messi had a single calendar year, 2012, where he scored 91 goals, 21 assists, and created 113 goal contributions across all competitions, and broke the record for scoring in 21 consecutive league games, all in the same 12 months. Hugo Sanchez's ceiling became Messi's floor. That one sentence should tell you everything. Ronaldo is the highest scoring footballer in the history of the sport. Not his generation, all of history. And at nearly 40 years old, that number is still moving. He is the only player ever to score 50 plus goals in 7 consecutive calendar years. The only player to score 30 plus goals in a single season across 3 of Europe's top 5 leagues. The only player to win every major club honour twice at 2 separate clubs. But his Champions League record is where things get truly grotesque. 140 goals in the competition overall. 67 in knockout games alone, in 82 appearances. And if you strip away the round of 16 and only count goals from the quarterfinals onward, he still has 42. More than almost every other player has in the entire knockout stage combined. Haaland right now has 8 knockout goals total. Mbappe has 20. The gap between where they are and where Ronaldo finished isn't a gap. It's a canyon. And Messi's numbers exist in their own separate dimension. 474 goals in a single top-flight league. The most in history. 46 career trophies. The most any player has ever won. 8 Ballon d'Ors across 3 separate decades. The only player ever to score at every single stage of a World Cup. And that 2012 season, 113 goal contributions. Triple digits. In one season. That number had never been approached before. It hasn't been approached since. There is one stat though that I think captures Messi's absurdity better than any other. In the history of Europe's top 5 leagues, only one player has ever managed 25 plus goals and 25 plus big chances created in the same league season. Big chances created completely independent of whether your teammate scores, meaning pure creativity, measured alone. One player has done it. Messi, 7 times. 3 of those seasons he exceeded 30 in both categories. In the entire history of the stat, one player, 7 times. Everyone else, 0. Between 2010 and 2011 and 2015-2016, Messi scored 224 La Liga goals. Ronaldo scored 234. Combined, 458 goals across 6 seasons. Stack that total against every club in Europe's top 5 leagues over the same period, and 2 individual players ranked 4th. Not 4th among strikers, 4th among entire football clubs. And when you adjust for the 45 games they missed between them across those 6 seasons, Their combined goals per game ratio was higher than every single club in European football. Two men, more goals per game than Manchester City, more than Real Madrid, more than Bayern Munich. At some point, these stop being football statistics and start being a problem for mathematicians. So Haaland, Mbappe, Yamal, the best we have. Let's be honest about where they actually stand, and what it's already cost the players who came just before them. Lewandowski scoring 41 Bundesliga goals in a season should have been one of the most celebrated individual achievements in football history. Suarez getting 40 La Liga goals should have stopped the sport. In any other era, those numbers define a legacy. Instead, they became footnotes, because two other guys were doing it simultaneously and doing it better. Neymar, Iniesta, Xavi, players we would have built entire footballing identities around, spent their primes as supporting cast in someone else's story. Their numbers were historic. Their timing was catastrophic. And the next generation is already inheriting the same problem. Vinicius Jr. in 2024 had numbers comparable to virtually every Ballon d'Or winner in the pre-Messi Ronaldo era. It wasn't enough, because the voters, the fans, the entire internet is now permanently calibrated to a standard that only two people in the history of the sport have ever actually met. Mbappe wins a Champions League, lifts a Ballon d'Or, and someone will still post the graphic showing he has 1 to Messi's 8. Haaland breaks a Premier League scoring record, and the first comment is always the same. Yeah, but Ronaldo in La Liga. This is the world Mbappe, Haaland, and Yamal are operating in. Now, let's look at the actual numbers. Haaland's 2022-23 season, 52 goals across all competitions, was one of the most dominant individual seasons a striker has ever produced. At his peak, he is terrifying. But Ronaldo, including Saudi Arabia, sits at 844 European goals. Haaland is in his mid-20s with roughly 330 career goals. To reach that tally, maintaining 40 goals per season, elite, not guaranteed, injury-free, he would need to sustain it until he is nearly 39. One serious injury, one difficult adaptation to a new club, one season where his body doesn't respond the way it used to. The window closes and it doesn't reopen. Mbappe is arguably the closest thing to Ronaldo's trajectory we've seen since Ronaldo himself. 6 seasons of 66+ goal contributions. Only Messi and Ronaldo have done it more in the 21st century. His move to Real Madrid puts him in the ideal environment. But to match Ronaldo's European goal record at his current pace, he still needs 40 goals a season until 38. To match Messi's 1,303 career goal contributions, he would need 66 goals and assists every single season for the next 15 years without interruption. That isn't a football career. That is a scientific impossibility dressed up as a football career. And then there's the youngest of them, the one carrying the heaviest comparison of all. Yamal is 18 years old and already one of the most extraordinary players we've seen at that age. The Messi comparisons are lazy and also completely understandable. But here is the weight of what that comparison actually means. Messi at 18 was at Barcelona. By 21, he had his first Ballon d'Or. By 24, he was already redefining what the award meant. For Yamal to reach Messi's career total, he would need 66 goal contributions every single season, without exception. In the entire 21st century, only 7 players have cracked that number even once. Yamal hasn't done it yet. That's not an insult. It's just the scale of what's being asked of an 18-year-old who the world has already decided is the next chosen one. The hangover isn't ending. It's generational. So what does it actually take to touch their level? It takes 2 decades at the top with almost no serious injuries. It takes producing at a historically unprecedented rate not just in your peak years, but well into your mid-30s, when most players are quietly winding down. It takes a rival of equal quality existing at exactly the same time, because Messi and Ronaldo needed each other. They both said it. The rivalry didn't just motivate them, it manufactured heights neither would have reached alone. And it takes the kind of obsessive commitment where football isn't just the priority. It's the only thing that exists. And even with all of that, the honest answer is probably not enough. Because what they produced wasn't just talent meeting hard work. It was a perfect collision of error, rivalry, genetics, environment, and timing that generated two players who statistically should not have coexisted. The fact that they did, that football got both of them simultaneously in the same league for over a decade, is either the greatest gift the sport has ever received or the most devastating thing that ever happened to everyone who came after. Probably both, because the players who follow them aren't just chasing records. They're chasing something that was never supposed to exist. And that is a race that nobody wins.